Okay, Lebby, what are we doing today?
It's the new year. So much has changed this year. How do we deal with that?
Well, change is a fundamental part of life. It happens whether we want it or not. And sometimes that change is slow, happens over time. Like, in your 20s, you have, you can go out, you can exercise for 12 hours and be fine the next day. You try to do that in your 50s, and it's a different thing. Your body is fundamentally different. You're at different stages of your life. And so there's that change, but that change happens slowly. You almost don't notice it. I mean, you do, but you don't notice it so much because it's a slow change. But then there's some change, like this year, or when things look at themselves at the end of the year, and they say, what part of myself do I need to improve on? What kind of things do I want to do differently? Well, you can't do that until you've genuinely said goodbye to those things that are no longer useful. You can't move forward if you're still holding on. And so the first step is letting go. Thank it's for its service. I think we've covered this a few times. Even something that didn't work is still part of you. So thank it for being there. Thank you for trying. Thank you for being an effort. It was an honorable thing. It was an honorable experiment. It just didn't work. In a sense, forgive yourself, because there's nothing to forgive. We're all just trying to get through life as best we can. None of us have all the answers. Anybody who thinks they do is fooling themselves. Now, over time, you can increase your percentages of being right through experience and knowledge and thoughtfulness. It's one of the reasons elders were always in the past respected, because they learned something. Getting to be 60 years old 100 years ago was not an easy task. I mean, women were easier than men. I think I looked it up a little while ago, and women used to live 12 years longer. It wasn't even close. It was like 54 to 62 or something. It was outrageously different. But in just the last 100 years, we've come so far. Our life expectancies are now in the 70s here in the United States. But that's a change. In 100 years, we made a drastic change. We wouldn't even know it today. We can't even comprehend the fact that life expectancy has grown 20 years in 100 years. It's a monumental change, and the effect that has on not just society, but ourselves, our own expectations. What we expect as our life is now fundamentally different. It's longer. And so we will more often be having to say goodbye to parts of our past. But that gives us the opportunity to say hello to our future. And that's about loving yourself, and that is your daily dose of love.